Welcome back to Breakout. Today we're going to be heading into the new quest area, the actually additions quest area that is. So there is the farmer block, we have some lighting to get done, and then probably some canola power as well to take over from our lava. So let's get started quickly with the lights. So we need to get lamps. And there's a couple of varieties, one which you don't want to make, which is the primary, tiny progressions lamps. We actually want the actually additions one, as you might imagine. It's been in that category, which means we need a few things, one of which is Palace, which is coming from our Atomic Reconstructor. And did we already make some of that in that last episode? I forget if that's part of the original quest. No, but it is Lapis, and we have some Lapis, so that is going to be straightforward. How many do we need for the quest? Probably very little for this. Yeah, just one of each. So that probably means we just need 6 of this stuff. So let's just make 8. Why not? Okay, and we'll just pop that in there. There we go. Well, lapis. We probably also want a magnet ring as well. We'll make one of those too. But in the meantime, white lamp needs some glowstone, and it needs some black quartz, and then the relative pigment that you actually want. So that's bone meal, or in the case of red, presumably that's going to be rose red. Yes, and yellow is going to be daffodil yellow. So I did already bone meal some grass up, so we can just get away and get started with those. And let me just get the dandelion yellow and the rose red. So easy enough to start with. And then, of course, just a couple of bone meal. So we've got the colours. And we do need the glowstone and the black quartz. So black quartz, we just need 3 of, which we've got. Glowstone, I may need some more glowstone there, actually. That's probably only enough for one batch. Yeah, it's quite a lot of glowstone. How are we going to make glowstone easily? Is there any quick way of doing that via sieves? Crush netherrack, when we've got quite a lot of it. And that's a drop chance 25%. So I do have crush netherrack right here. We got it from downstairs, the very, very sub-basement, if you like. So that should get done. And if you know what I mean by sub-basement, you hopefully have been following along. But basically, down there. Which is something I need to fill up. I think what we might do, actually, and no one really commented on what we should do with that area, but really, I can fill this in now, actually. Probably need to put another elevator block. But down here, there's enough space for us to do a few things. What I was thinking of is maybe putting farming down here in one of the corners, because there's enough space to do it. The only thing is, because this is the inside of like a giant sphere, as we get outwards, we sort of have to create artificial floors to get us to this point. So what I may end up with is actually having a floor at roughly this kind of level. So the dirt would be there, if you like. So this would be my level that I would walk around on. And that does mean that if I put some mobs in here, it is exactly the right level for the mobs. And then down here is like a sub basement where I can put anything essential for the farm and growing stuff. So we will need that. Let's just go upstairs. Are you finished getting me some glowstone? Are you not generating glowstone? You are. Just not very quickly. Yeah, so I'm going to need to wait for that. I'll cut forwards. And while I think on, yeah, something I forgot to do earlier in the episodes is enchant the sieves. So if we go for here, let's just look for sieve. Let's see what enchantments we got. Great, that doesn't actually... is it case sensitive? Really? No? Okay, so I guess I'll just hover over them. So that's Civ Fortune 2. I like Civ Efficiency. That would be a good one as well. Let's see if I actually have enough XP. Do we have anything like Civ Efficiency 3? No, I mean, we get these from the... from downstairs, from the fish side of things. Let's just grab this for a second. Dust will actually generate the glowstone as well. Let's go over here. We have 17 levels. Will you be enough to let me enchant you? So, fortune. I want fortune first, perhaps. Yep. And can I put efficiency on that as well? I can. Okay, let's go and put this back over here. Hopefully this doesn't drain absolutely everything. So let's get you, and let's get you. And then let's see if you... Well, that was the previous one. So let's see what it generates now. 2. Okay, I want some more glowstone, please. Generate some glowstone. Okay. Well, it is working, but I was hoping it would be faster than that. Is there a sieve efficiency like 3, 4? Is it just the previous tier maybe? No, it looks like it's random unless this is... Yeah, it looks like it's random. So we'd have to get lots of XP and just basically dump stuff through it until we got that. Anyway, that should be working. So let's just get rid of you. And that should generate more stuff over time, even though it might not be immediately visible. And then we're just going to put this through and generate a glowstone that way. So with that, I've already made the white lamps, so we can just make the red ones. Okay, and we get 6 of each, so we don't think we need to consume this. Then we just need yellow, so we need basically another 2 of that glowstone, which means we need another 8 from in here, 2 already. Yeah, so I will wait for that, and I'm just going to use up the dust rather than using up the crushed netherrack. The dust obviously is renewable. We can make it all the way down from cobble down into dust and then use that up that way. And here's our yellow lamp. 6 of those. I should get this lighting options quest. And we get a lamp controller. Interesting. A simple right click can turn them on and off and on. They can made in colors and fancy effects can be added with a lamp controller. Sort of thing you might want to use to build some sort of mob trap for. No further quests being opened up, it seems, so we can't go that way. I guess there's 2 other batches down here of different quests that we can go for. One is the farmer, and the other one is going to be the canola press and canola production chain. So canola, as being just a regular seed, can be then processed further into increasing tiers of oil. So you can just get the regular canola oil, you can empower it, you can crystallize it, all kinds of other stuff from that. But you can use it to generate power using an oil generator. So let's just take a look at the oil generator briefly. Is it particularly easy to make? Looks like it, apart from an iron casing, which, well, we've made all this already. So the iron casing should be straightforward, and 1 canola. So yeah, the oil generator should be fine. So why don't we take a look at what we need to do first to actually create canola. So canola, we're going to need about the farmer. And if I remember rightly, I think this one, I can never remember if it's the farming station from Ender.io or this one. One of them doesn't really allow for you to say plant that one plant in one corner or another plant in another corner. I think it's this one that just plants everything around it. So we'll have to deal with that. We are also going to have to deal with the power transmission. That's more of a problem. We sort of want a feedback mechanism. I'll tell you what we should do. If we want a feedback mechanism, I want some kind of portable power, and that is in the thermal expansion. We have this energy cell. This one we can use as a battery to power things up, and once it gets canola oil going, we can feed back the power through an oil generator to power the farming station. So we want an energy cell basic to get started, just so this can be charged up while we do everything else. So energy cell basic is going to be the energy cell frame, which is just some lead, some glass, some iron. Yeah, that's going to be fine. So do I have any glass in my inventory? I thought I had some glass. Glass. I've got some glass panes. Then I must have used it up. Or is it my backpack? I've got a couple of glass, but that's not going to go terribly far. Let's just dump some sand into one of our furnaces. That can go and start producing. Then we want the rest of the energy cell. So that should be straightforward. Some lead, some electrum, which I may have in here. 1 electrum. Yep. Let's get some redstone. Gonna need more than that. Let's get 6 of those and a few of those, and let's see what we can actually make up. So we want the lead frame first. So we want some lead gears. Well, 1. Let's get some more lead. Oh, am I out of lead? I am. Wow, I need to make some more. That's fine. The system produces more automatically. There we go. And you've got some glass. That's good. And are you done? You are. I like it once you get to the powered stage of packs. I mean, early stage is fine, but later stage is much, much better. So block of redstone, easy enough. And then we want the electrum coil. And then we've got the energy cell basic. So we should be able to put this down. I keep trying to use that as an elevator. That's not an elevator. We can just put it there. And the blue side is inputs, so this is currently charging. It may well consume most of the power of this. No, should be all right. Yeah, that's 2 million, so it should charge up. Okay, so while that's going, let's go and look at the farming station, or farmer, whichever one it is. There's the farming station from Ender.io that has stuff that we haven't done yet. So let's go with the basic farmer. 4 sets of seeds, iron casing, green terracotta, which is hopefully something easy. Cactus green, it looks like. Yeah, and terracotta, which is just clay. Do I have cactus? I do. Good. When it doesn't fall into rivers and cause some problems. Most of it will actually get dragged in by the vacuum chest, I think. Which is fine. Or not. Nah, I've got enough anyway. We can regrow. Let's just dump that in here. That'll get some cactus green. We also want some clay. The clay we may as well take from downstairs. We'll just grab it from here. As you can see, this needs emptying out again. So we'll just get 4 lots of you. And let's convert that into regular clay. We'll just dump this into one of our other various furnaces. That can go in there. That should start producing terracotta. So that's going to make us the bits and pieces of the farmer. Let me just add that to this. So it's easy enough to view. Inori crystal blocks. Well, we made some Inori crystal. And that's just 9 of it. And then that's even more of it. So that's fine. Where is my Inori crystal? Is it my backpack? No, isn't it here? There it is. Yeah. So we may need to make more. Inori crystal. Yes, that's 1. I'm going to need some more. And it is just iron, remember, so we can convert to iron, of which I've got a very small amount. Is there any more iron left yet? It should have converted back to gravel now. Yeah, it is. Good. And it's quite slow at the moment. I need to speed this up, I think, at some point and put a compressor in. I'll do that off camera this episode, actually, rather than wait any longer. So there's another 16 iron. There's another 5 iron, so that should all go through processing. And that can go in there and get me some iron. Good. All right. Yeah, so let's get that going. I will just make that green terracotta first of all. There we go. Green terracotta. And then I will be able to get this iron once I get the rest of that terracotta out. And I'll see you in a minute. So 1 casing, easy enough, and then we'll just be able to get the rest of the farming block. We just need 4 lots of seeds, and I hope I have seeds somewhere. I usually get them. Yeah, there we go. So 4 batches of those, and we get 1 farmer from Actually Additions. Good. And let me just double check. Let's just put this down somewhere. Yeah, this doesn't have any location-based thing. I think that's the farming station I was thinking of for location-based farming. So that's done, and then let's just see. Let's just claim that for the energy cell. So we've got a couple of things left for that side of things, and then in Actually Additions, we have this. Let's claim view. We get 9 worms, and the worms are basically stuff that keeps the dirt wet, basically, rather than having separate water sources and stuff like that, if I remember rightly. So this has a range of 11 by 11. It's more than large enough for your food needs, with room left over for canola production. So yeah, I think we'll sort that one out. This hasn't opened up any more quests. So on the other side, we probably want the ring of magnetizing and the energizer. Not that I need the energizer. I think we can probably get away without that, but we'll probably need it for the quest. So let's just see what this needs. Good, it's all stuff that we have. The Inori crystals, lapis, some Restonia, and a ring. And the ring is 4 gold, 4 iron, and a glowstone. Okay, so gold. Well, let's just get 1 glowstone. And then I really should put this through a compressor. Yeah, give me a few minutes for that. But let's just dump these in here. And then we'll just get... do I need 4 Inori? Yeah, so let's just grab 1 piece of iron. Normally, I'd convert these in whole block form. I'm just short of iron, and then we just want the other stuff. We want Restonia. Is it 2? Let's just grab you. Yeah. So I need 4 gold from somewhere, but this is just 2. That's fine. So there we go. So we'll generate 1 ring. Then 1 ring of magnetizing, That's that done. And then the energizer. That's going to need 4 more Estonia, another iron casing, so that's going to need 4 more iron converted, and another black quartz, and then some advanced coils, which is just more Estonia and black crystal. So that's going to be straightforward as well. So let's get some black crystal, 3 of, I think, and we'll convert that back over. So let's just get the rest of the Estonia. Pretty much everything that you get as a reward is needed for the next step, it seems. So that's good in some ways. That I can get there. Got the advanced course. We want 8 nuggets, 16 nuggets. So I'm going to get a couple of gold, convert those over, and that should get everything we need. So you, 2 of you, and then another set of 4 in ore. I probably at this point I probably would be better just converting an entire block, but hey, that's fine. And some more sticks. One casing, 1 energizer. Okay, and then we'll pop this downstairs. I guess we can try and put the energizer here. And where is it? There it is. Will you connect without problems? Yep, seems to be. And we can put the ring of magnetizing in there, and that should pick it up. Let's also see if it can go in here in a wired charger. Yep, looks like it works just as fine either way. This one obviously has a lot more power available, perhaps. Oh, no, well, yeah, there's about 10 times more power available. But that's that. And then is this just shift right click to turn it on and off? Yeah, it's on. So can I put it through a bauble? Can I put it in a bauble? Can I put it through a crafting grid to get a bauble version? Bauble ring. Okay, but I have to recharge it. Fine, I guess. Let's put it back in there and have it not take up an inventory slot. So that's pretty good. Yep, and we get a battery. Okay, that charges other items in our inventory, which is probably worthwhile, although we do get some charge initially anyway, so that's not fine. Not charging items, it says. Not charging. Sneak right click to toggle. Charging other items in inventory. Good. And that will also charge things like the Ender, I think, anything with RF. And yeah, we'll have that going. So that should be okay as a bauble. Is this also a bauble? It is. That can go anywhere. And that can get out of my inventory. Good. All right then. So we've got those quests done. Not halfway yet, but not far off halfway. Through a Lens Darkly is basically mods for Atomic Reconstructor, Reconstructor. And that's basically useful for various things, just to change one thing into another. So if we go for Lens of the Miner, or Lens of, yeah, there we go. So Lens of Color, first of all, should show us what we can actually do. It doesn't really say that. Yeah, that's just what we can change it into, and that's not exactly what I want to do that. Lens of Color changes color of stained glass and panes, stained clay, carpet, dye, lamps, wool in its sight. So basically, if you need a particular color or something, you can use bone meal and you can cycle through the colors using your Atomic Reconstructor. So that is quite useful to have. The other one, Lens of the Miner. Let's look in the documentation. So can create ores out of blocks. Hits a block of stone, but it converts it into different overworld ores, whereas a block of netherrack would be converted into nether ores. So yeah, handy way of getting nether stuff, I think. And it needs an emerald and diamond and bits and pieces. So yeah, shouldn't be terrible to actually make those. I'm not sure I'm going to do it straight away, but I think first of all, yeah, I think we're going to get other stuff done. Back in a second. So I don't have enough dirt to really set up the bottom floor. I think I'll just start this episode and just get everything started being produced. And we'll just put this area here, and the farmer should be able to get on with that. So if we just get this down, it should start working once it has some power. So let's just dump some power onto the top. There we go. You can, whoops, this needs to be configured. So it's the bottom side needs to be set to output, which it already is. So this is getting power, so this should start working. It just, takes time, obviously, with that. I don't really have any way of accelerating that at the moment. Do we have any sort of a sprinkler? We do have sprinklers from open blocks. And it just needs a bit of iron. Well, it needs 12 iron for me to get that started with a bit of redstone. But if we put that on top of that water source in the corner, that should keep everything going. Do I have enough iron yet? I do. So let's just make some bars. And let's just get a redstone torch. I already have the very trivial pieces for that. And there we go, one open block sprinkler. I think it goes on top of water blocks. It's been a while. No. Okay. Fine. I thought it was on top of it. Yeah. I'm almost sure it was. I need to actually go and get some more water and figure that one out. Let me just go and grab another bucket from somewhere and figure it out. Yep, so if I can't stack it up, I'm just going to put it on top of an infinite water source, and hopefully that should do the job. So we should be able to make an end of war, and that is actually part of one of the quests. So we just need a cauldron for that. We'll just make one, and then we'll get the end of war itself. This basically needs you to put 2 buckets of water down. Yeah, infinite water. We can basically do that now. Whoops, I don't need to come down here. I need to be upstairs, and we can put down some infinite water. Let's just get this down at the back here. So we want 3, 4 like that, and then you just put 2 buckets of water in here, basically. So one there, that'll sink down, and then we just want another bucket of water. There we go. And this thing will basically be infinite water from this point on. There we go. And then hopefully now I can put you down as a sprinkler. Yeah, that's working. Good, good, good. So it should shift the other way and start helping to grow this a little bit more. And of course I need to make sure that this is all farmland that this can be used with. So hopefully that's going to work. We'll see how fast that grows. In fact, do we have some bone meal? Let's get some bone meal, and can we force this just to make sure that this is actually working as I expect? Okay, that did seem that it reverts without any sort of plants in there, and that's maximum, I think. Whoops. I just want to get as much of this up to maximum growth. It looks like the farming station did do something. Ah, there it goes. And it's replanting. Good, that's exactly what I want. So we can just plant this down here and get a few more pieces out of here. It will output, I think. I just need to remember the rules for that. So in the meantime, I'm just going to put all this down. And then maybe, I'm not sure if these worms actually... let's just see what their uses say. Help you till the ground, help you till the land around in the 3x3 area and keep it wet. Help the crops grow faster by making the ground nice and soft. So they are growth enhancers as well. So let's put that right there as well. So that's 3x3, and maybe we'll overlap that somewhere. Or maybe they take up a farming slot. That's annoying. Can't seem to put one down there. I'll put it down here instead. Okay, fine, that's working. And then more canola seeds. Okay, cool. So I will leave that running for a while. This is going to start filling up with canola, which is exactly what we want. But I may need to remove the whole setup down to the bottom floor once I get some dirt. We just need some sieving going on with different strainers than this. We want the finer strainer to be able to get more dirt. So with that, that's the first thing complete here. We need some other bits and pieces. Is there any more quests done yet? Yeah, there's our end of war quest. So we get to 2 more end of wars to do that. That's fine. And is there anything else I can do up here yet? No. All right. Okay, I went and made all the other stuff in that one quest. So we got the oil generator, we got the canola press, etc. And here in the documentation for actually additions, it tells you basically what you have to do. So you need to pretty much get stuff from a canola from the canola farmer into a canola press, from a press into the fermenting barrel, and from there you can do other stuff on top of it. But that gets you at least to the refined oil stage. So I just want to see, do I have any conduit in here? Yeah, it's still all assorted, and we need to get that cleaned up, but that'll take a little while. I don't necessarily need the well, I've got some pressurized conduit that tends to work against gravity, so that's always useful. And we shouldn't really need that much space over here, so let's just get it out of here. Oh, that's a fluid. Yeah, I don't want fluid. I want the item conduit first of all. So item. Yeah, that'll work. Then let's just put a canola press here. Where are you, canola press? Do you actually need power? Oh, you need power as well. That's going to be annoying. Not too annoying though. We can put it there. And then we can get some conduit from my backpack, hopefully. Do I have any energy conduit? Leadstone, I guess we'll have to do. There we go. And are you getting any power? Oh, it needs to be configured. That's the wrong side. Let me just change it so all the sides apart from the top are outputs. Yeah, there we go. We're getting power. Good. So then I can just feed in some item conduit here. And then we'll just grab over to our Yeta wrench where we can just modify this. So let's just change this side. Shift left click. And then we can say extract always active. That should be going into here, which you're going to insert. And then I don't think we're going to extract. It's going to be liquid from that point outwards. So, yep, there we go. There's a canola coming out. And I don't think the canola seeds are going to come out and do anything with that. So they should hopefully loop back around. They're not a product of the system. And we're getting canola oil out of this thing. So from that point, we need to put it into a fermenting barrel. So fermenting barrel there. And now we need to drag the oil out of one into the next. So now we want the liquid. 1, 2. And then we can edit the liquid thing here saying extract always active. And this side is always already set to insert. So this should start to be filling with, yeah, there we go, canola oil. This does not need power through the magic of fermenting. Does not need power, but it is producing refined canola oil. So if you have a look in the quest book here, over here down here, it says power up. So basically, it wants us to make crystallized oil. So we need to make some seeds into crystalline seeds, and the seeds must be dropped into a bucket of refined canola oil that's been placed in the world. Be careful with your magnets. So yeah, the magnet that he just asked me to create apparently is going to be a little bit overpowered. So let's just, well, overpowered for this. So let's, come on, drop down. If we're quick, it shouldn't be a problem. So let's crystallize canola seeds, and then you can then upgrade that once we have at least one bucket worth, nearly up to a bucket, of refined canola oil. So let me just turn off this ring of magnetization. And then we should be good to go. Where's my bucket? Hopefully that should be done. Yep, there's one bucket. And do I have some place to put this? I guess we can put it here. Let me just put down a block. There we go. That'll do. And then we just dump this in there. No, no. Go in there. There we go. Good. That worked. And there we go. Crystallized oil bucket. That quest is complete. And we get an ender tank, which is even better. Because the ender tank, although we only get one ender tank, that's tight. That's annoying. It would be nice if that was not the case. And then we get automation here. So we get a precision dropper, a fluid placer, a fluid collector, and a range collector. Range collector is just like basically a vacuum chest. Fluid placer and collector are obvious, and precision dropper I haven't used recently, but I will take them regardless. Okay, so we're getting half of these quests done, and then I think I'll go and do the Through a Lens Darkly quest off camera, and I'll bring you back for the end of the episode, I think. Oh, and one other note, I'll put the oil generator down on top of this, which accepts it as an input. So this thing is producing power, and yeah, it's producing potentially quite enough power for this to run anyway. Yeah, if not even more. So that was just from one bucket. So as you can see, this should be self-feeding quite easily. I think once we start getting enough canola for it. So it just depends on how much canola this thing produces over time. We did get some canola from a quest reward, so I'm just going to dump that in here. It's quite fast to extract into oil, but it obviously is slower for the fermenting side. And then we can just feed everything back together just with pressurized fluid conduit from the top this time. Whoops. This way. Why didn't you connect? Oh, it's probably because this side's filled with canola. Let me just force it. There we go. And then we can just tell this to extract always active, and this to insert, and this thing is filling. crystallized oil should go away. And then once this is empty, it will then start filling up with the refined oil, which isn't quite as good, but it is sort of a first step towards this. We can upgrade that oil generator again later, so that's fine for now. So that's pretty much entirely automatic at this point. We could even remove this. Now that we have the oil running, we don't need to bootstrap it anymore, but I don't have any other uses for the energy cell for the moment, so it's working fine. No problems with that. Couple more quests I want to finish off with today is this lasers quest and this basic machines quest, neither of which I need immediately, but they'll lead on into this last corner of this tab, which is the empowerer. That needs a larger setup, so we're going to leave that alone for today. So yeah, getting the basic machines and lasers. Let's go for the basic machines. Let's go for the lasers first, actually. So laser wrench requires us to do this. It's going to need me to go and generate some more of our Estonia. So let's just convert over a fair amount of it. So let's just get that, because this is also able to be renewed from our sieving setup. So that works fine. And we're going to need some other bits and pieces, but let's get started with you. So 2 basic coils, and we'll convert those into advanced coils. And that means I should be able to make a laser wrench. And also we need some more redstone already. That's fine. Let's get another stack, and we'll just convert that over into blocks. Blocks it is. And I'm just going to make 1 set of 4, so that should be 1 quest. Yep, and we get energy laser relays and fluid laser relays, so presumably that's the transport system for that particular mod. I'm going to put those away for now, and may help. I'm not sure if they go through blocks or not, but it may help our other setup, so we'll come back to that. There we go. And then finally, just these simple machines. So we want a powered furnace. We need a couple of furnaces, and do I have the furnaces still? Can we just make them as cobblestone? Yeah, let's just make them. And just get another stack. So crusher needs a couple of pieces of flint. And that should be done. So crusher. And there's a double version as well, but powered furnace, powered furnace. So that should be that quest as well. 2 small storage crates. I don't mind those. Having more storage is not a bad thing. Well, unless it's my case, in which case I end up filling them with lots of other stuff. But that gets us most of the way through this tab. And importantly, it seems, of course, the last thing that you pick is the thing you're probably going to need for the quest as far as this is concerned. Can we actually make this? We may be able to expand what we can see if I can make it. So the empower and display stands, I think they're just going to need lots of iron. Display stands need power. The empower in the middle does not. So aesthetic green blocks are just chiseled quartz blocks, and any kind of quartz blocks will be fine. Maybe chiseled quartz. Yeah, so aesthetic quartz, and then aesthetic quartz as well. So that's a block of quartz. Yeah, so we're going to need to do some other stuff. I'll leave that till the next episode. We needed an actual setup room for that, and it tends to be fairly large, but still not too bad. So maybe like 7x7 or 9x9, something like that would be a need in terms of space. How wide is you? You're 5, 6, so 5, 6, 7, technically, if we remove that. Yeah, so maybe one of these side rooms can actually do the job. Anyway, we'll see you next episode for that. We've gotten all the way through this this whole quest chain, so we'll see what we need to do next episode, and hopefully that will then open Britannia. We've sort of been getting 1 every 2 episodes as far as opening up new quarters is concerned. Just going to need to get through the quests more than anything. So if you've got any comments, I'm sure the automation kit that we got in this area, this one, given that it's fluid placer and collector and a range collector and stuff like that, and precision dropper, it's entirely meant for this. It's clearly meant so that you can take what is in here, the refined canola oil, place that down somewhere, drop a the crystallized seed into it. It'll change it into another type, and then that can be picked up by the fluid collector, stuff like that. I haven't bothered to get started. This is full of refined canola oil. It's not generating quite as much power, but it's by far more than enough for this farmer. So if you wanted it to power the rest of your base, by all means, we could convert across to that later. This is filling it with canola oil as well. So yeah, there's lots of that going. We'll see what we need to do for that. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed the episode. Give it a thumbs up if you have. We'll see you next episode for some more Breakout, hopefully breaking into the final quarter then, and then we'll see what we need to do to get the final quest sort of tab open, which is this moving out tab, and see what we need to do. And then, of course, we may have to go back through these to sort of build a solution to doing that. Ah, there we go. That gets us an actually additions manual, and of course south we can't actually unlock yet. And then there is this other thing over here, which is for A2 only. So yeah, and basically mob stuff as well. So yeah, I will leave it for there. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.